Hello Aslam, how are you?
Yeah, ma'am, I'm fine. I'm very fine. What about you?
I'm doing well too. Thanks for asking. How has
Yeah,
your day going?
yeah, my day is going very well, ma'am. And nowadays I'm learning English language, so I try to speak more and more. And sometimes when in my spare time, I try to speak and I try to read book. So, so we are meeting first time. So, do you mind introducing yourself? So we will get to know each other. So, can I introduce myself first?
That would be great. Yes, go
Uh,
ahead.
my my name is Muhammad Aslam. I am from India. I live in Jharkhand, Ranchi, Jharkhand. Have you heard about Ranchi, Jharkhand, ma'am? Do you know
Yeah,
Ranchi, Jharkhand?
yeah.
Yeah, it's a part of India. It's a part
I
of state.
from there too, yeah? Jadu?
Yeah, I know Zadu. I know Zadu. Zadu is also from Jharkhand, Ranchi, Jharkhand. Yeah, and if I talk about my profession, I am a graphic designer. I work as a graphic designer, and if you talk about my hobbies, so I like to play cricket and football, but no longer now because these days you can say I work in company, so I don't get more time to play anything. So just I am focusing on my English language and I am working on my English communication skills. So that's all about me, ma'am.
Thanks for introducing yourself. Let me introduce myself. As you know, my name is Hema. I was born and raised in India, Delhi. Basically, I am from Uttarakhand, but after getting married, I came to Australia. Therefore, I have been living in Australia for the last 16 years. My qualifications include a post graduation degree in Hindi honors, which I have done from Ramjas College in Delhi. I am also holding a bachelor degree in education. Therefore, I have been working as a teacher in Australia. So, by profession, I am a teacher. Besides, I have a channel on YouTube, which you just mentioned that you know about that. So, it is called The Art of Speaking English, and that is all about me.
Okay, so you told me that you are teacher. So which subject do you teach in Australia, ma'am?
Because I teach young children, I'm a primary teacher, so I teach most of the subjects here. But I also have some teachers who help me. Like I have another teacher, I also got diploma qualified and certificate threes. So we all working towards helping children to become an effective communicator, develop their learning dispositions. We facilitate their learning, and we also make sure that we help them to become a lifelong learner and their social skill, because it is very important here. They have to be social, they need to know how to interact with other people and how to become a good civilization. So we are helping for that. Yes, thank you so much for asking.
Yeah. So since when have you been living in Australia, ma'am?
Yeah, I just mentioned for the last 16 years I have been living in Australia.
Okay, so you have settled in Australia.
Yes, I am.
Okay,
Yes.
so why did you start your YouTube journey, ma'am? There was any reason behind that? Then you realized that I start my YouTube journey.
Because it's been so long now, I am in Australia. I'm very well settled here. My job is very settled. My children, they have grown up. I have plenty of time. And of time, I was listening to one of the YouTubers, and I thought, okay, I can just impart my knowledge through YouTube channel. So one day it strikes, because I was on holidays, 6 week
Yeah.
6 holidays. So I thought, okay, holidays and I'm not going to India this time. So better I have a channel. At least that way I can impart my knowledge, because I am from Australia and I have some teaching strategies which I'm helping here, and I have done my Bachelor of Education here. So maybe it will help learners to extend their knowledge, and also that way I can just learn from other people, because when I connect with them, I get to know about their personalities, their culture, and the way they live and spend their lives. So I think it's a good meet, and we connect with the people and we share some ideas. So this is a very good way to reciprocate our ideas and develop our relationships. Yeah.
Okay. So, ma'am, I have heard about a developed country. Like, if you anyone wants to go to abroad, then they must have IELTS certificate. So, there is any criteria to go to abroad?
Yes, we need to make sure that we pass an IELTS exam. So after that, we will be able to go to any country, because
Okay.
English is there.
Yeah.
If we want to go there, we need to make sure. Is my voice is breaking up or okay?
No, right now your voice is okay. I'm getting your voice clear.
Okay.
Okay,
So
so yeah. Okay,
yeah.
go ahead. Go ahead.
So yeah, I just mentioned that if someone wants to go abroad, that person need to make sure that person pass an IELTS exam. The base of that, that person can go abroad. That otherwise, it will be hard for that person if that person go to abroad and English is a language there, and if that person is not able to communicate his or her ideas well in English, that way that person won't be able to get any kind of jobs. So yeah.
Okay. So suppose, ma'am, I am a graphic designer and I have been working for 6 years. I have 6 year experience, and in future, if I want to go abroad, then like as a job purpose, can I go without IELTS certificate?
Yeah, if you want to get a working visa here, you need to make sure that you pass IELTS exam. You should have maybe 8 9 bands, and also you need to make sure that in your field you're working more than 2 or 3 years, and your work is in demand here. If your work is not in demand here, that way you won't be able to get a job. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So actually, I don't have any idea about IELTS exam. So could you tell me something about IELTS exam? Like what should I do and how many years it will take time to crack IELTS exam?
It doesn't take time because I passed that exam within 40 days. So you can do that. If you really want to pass an IELTS exam, you need to make sure your speaking is good because they're going to check your speaking. Okay, you are
Yeah.
able to get your ideas well, and also you are listening. If you are not able to understand what other people they want to tell you, that way you won't be able to give them answer. So there is no way. If your listening is poor, you won't be able to communicate well. So listening, speaking, even writing, because if you want to come here and you want to work here, you need to make sure your writing is very good. And also reading, you need to be able to read well. If you're not able to read well, if you don't know how to read properly, that way you won't be able to understand written messages.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, my all education happened in Hindi medium school. That's why my writing is not good, but I am able to speak, ma'am. So, suppose in order to crack IELTS exam, I have to go offline class or online class, which will be better.
I think online class would be better because that way will be able to communicate with them, and it will
Yeah.
help is your spoken English. And also when you listen to them, that way if you listen to them directly, it will help you. If you have facility to attend the classes face to face, why you want to attend online? So
Okay. So, how many marks I get, then I will be able to go abroad. How many marks I need?
minimum I think 7 or 8 bands is depend.
Okay, 1 minutes. Then I will be eligible to go abroad.
Not even IELTS exam, you need to make sure that your work is in demand here, you don't have any criminal background, you have enough money in your bank to show okay you are able to bear the expenses here and all those other things.
So, ma'am, I want to know one thing. Like any Indians, like they want to go abroad, like Australia. So, suppose they go to Australia, then how much salary they will get as a fresher computer operator? Do you have?
Experience.
No, I am talking about as a fresher. If any Indians like go to Australia, then as a fresher or computer operator, how much salary they will get?
It depends on the company, so I can't really tell you, but it will be definitely more than Indian rupees. So yeah.
Mm. Yeah, and suppose I haven't cracked IELTS exam, then despite this, I want to live in Australia. So I will be eligible to live in Australia or not?
I couldn't get you. Would you like to repeat it again?
I said like suppose I haven't cracked my IELTS exam, okay, but I want to live in Australia. So can I live in Australia without IELTS certificate?
What do you think? Living in Australia very easy? It is very very tough. Even though you get 9 bands, even though you are very eligible, okay, still it is very hard to get into Australia because government is very tough here. So they make very tough rules here. Now these days it is very hard because some of my relatives they applied here and they got failed twice and thrice.
Okay, so how many years after how many years I will get a citizenship of Australia?
It was 5 years before. I don't know now. Maybe they have changed the rules, so I have no idea at this moment. Before it was 5 years.
Okay, yeah. So, ma'am, you told me that you have completed your graduation in Hindi language,
Post graduation in Hindi
post
honors.
graduation in Hindi honors. Okay, so you are speaking very well. So I think so. You study in English medium or Hindi medium? Where did you study?
Hindi medium.
Hindi medium, really? But
Yes.
you are speaking good, ma'am. So I thought you studied in English medium. So how did you improve your English language? Like, what did you do to enhance your English communication skill?
Because I take it as a language. Since childhood, I was fascinated by English language, so that's why I'm able to communicate well. But even though when I was in India, I always indulged myself learning grammar rules and all other things. But because of lack of speaking practice, I wasn't able to express my ideas well. But after coming here, yes, I have to speak in English because English is a language here. But it's not like in
Yeah.
India. India is very crowdy, yeah. Over there, you can speak in Hindi with neighbors, and when you go shopping, you talk with them in Hindi. That way, you develop your Hindi. But here it's not like this. When you go shopping, then over there, you need not to talk. You need to just swipe your card, and that's all. Yes,
Yeah.
and
So when you were in school, that time you used to speak in Hindi language or English language? Which
Hindi,
language do you use to speak?
Hindi language, not even
Hindi
single word,
language.
you know.
Okay, yeah, yeah. But right now you have improved your English language.
I don't know because I think it all depends on your mindset. If you think,
Okay.
okay, it's a subject and it is very hard, it will become hard for you. But if you think this is a language and I can learn this language, yeah, anybody
Would you
can.
like to, yeah, would you like to give suggestion our viewers who are watching this video, like which type of method, which type of tactics they apply and they can improve their English communication skill?
I believe one side does not fit all, so they would following their own methods. So they need to stick on their method. They need to make sure they listen because listening is very important. That way, you will be able to collect words and sentences, and you need to write down those sentences, not all the sentences, those sentences which is relevant to your world, relevant to your daily routine. Okay, so that way you will be able to use them. If you are not using, if you are writing words in your diary, sentences in your diary. If you are not using that way, you won't be able to learn English. You need to just use, select some of the words, some of the sentences which you find it is very useful for my daily routine. I can use those
Yeah,
sentences, can use those words, and then you need to make sure you speak out loud those sentences. That way you will give practice to your mouth, and it will help your mouth muscle to get activated. And when your mouth muscle will be activated, that way you will find yourself, yeah, it is very easy to pronounce any words in English, and my pronunciation is very good. Listening is very important, and also reading. If you can read 10 minutes a day, that would be great. Sometimes people ignore, they say, why do we read? Because reading is very boring, and when we read we feel sleep.
yeah,
Happen, this is normal. But if you find some of the books that is very interesting, if you find that and you find, okay, this is very interesting book, I can read that one, just read it, maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes, one page, read out loud. Okay, because when you read out
yeah,
loud, your brain will be ready to speak in English, your mouth will be ready to speak in English. That way you will have a good practice. And yes, and also mirror
yeah,
tag, recording yourself. But if you really want to improve your English, I want to just mention here three key words: practice, consistency,
yeah.
and also patience. You need to
And
have.
what should I do in order to enhance our pronunciation? Because many people are able to speak English language, but their pronunciation is not good. So what should I do, ma'am? Could you suggest me? Could you give me some suggestion?
You can use tongue twisters, and also you need to make sure you listen to English songs and you sing along. When you sing
Okay.
along to English songs, what will happen, it will help, because when we sing, what happen, we emphasize more. Yes, you sing and you
Yeah,
make
right.
sound and you emphasize. That way your mouth muscle will get. It's like an exercise for your mouth. Okay.
Okay.
So
So suppose, ma'am, if I go to Australia and I speak in Indian accent, so they will can understand. They can understand easily our accent.
as long as your pronunciation is good, okay, you are able to understand them and you are able to communicate well in English, that would be good. They will be able to understand. But your pronunciation should be very good, okay? Is Indian
Yeah.
acceptable here, but you need to make sure that you pronouncing those words correctly.
Okay. It means pronunciation is matter in like Australia and abroad.
Yes, yes, pronunciation is the main thing. You really want to go somewhere, English country, you need to make sure that your pronunciation is very well. It does not matter if you do some word here and there, it is okay, it is normal. But if they are able to understand your words, that way they will be able to understand your message.
Yeah, definitely, ma'am. Yeah, yeah. So, what do you think about my English speaking right now? Like, what should I do improve my English communication skill? Can you suggest me? Like, can you give me some tips?
I think you are working really hard and I appreciate your efforts because I been to your channel and I've been of your videos. I have seen that you're working very good and you I think one of your videos you mentioned that you have been learning this language for the last 1 year.
Yeah, I have been learning English for 1 year, ma'am. Yeah, it has been 1 year,
Yes.
and I'm practicing. Yeah, every day I practice minimum 1 hour, 2 hour. Actually, in my spare time, I try to practice.
Yeah, so I can see your passion towards English. So keep your passion high and don't forget to maintain your consistency. If you break your consistency, that way you are losing the track of English. Okay.
Yes, you're right, ma'am.
If you're following one plan, you need to make sure, okay, 30 days plan or 60-day plan or 6 months plan. You need to make sure that you don't break the consistency. Okay. Just
Yeah,
maintain slowly and gradually you will improve because learning is a very slow process. It is
yeah,
invisible.
it's a very slow process.
It is invisible. We are not able to see our progress, but it's going on, but it's going very slowly. Okay.
Yeah, you are right. So, since when have you been learning English, ma'am? Since when have you been? When did you start your English journey?
To be really honest, I haven't tried.
Okay, yeah,
But when I was coming here, I was preparing for IELTS exam. During time, I was learning English. As soon as I passed that exam, I thought that's it. I need not to learn anymore.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay,
But yes, but after coming here, yeah, I got to know, okay, they are able to understand me even though I'm making some mistakes. My husband said, don't worry about your mistake because when I came here, I got to know, okay, they speak so fast. And it's
yeah,
very, and I used to think if I speak slowly, they won't be able to understand me. So I started speaking so fast. And then my husband suggested me that does not matter if you're speaking slowly, but you need to make sure your pronunciation is very good. If they're able to understand your words, they will be able to understand your message. Then I thought, okay, that is really correct. So I started speaking slowly. I'm getting better. Not really slow, but I'm getting better. So it is very important. Your pronunciation is very important because I've seen some people very good at English. Their grammar is very good. They use accurate sentences, but it is very hard to understand them because of their pronunciation.
okay. So in Australia, you teach offline or online, ma'am? You have to go school or
I,
just you?
I, I have to go to school.
Okay, yeah, yeah. It's a primary school where you go every day.
Yeah, I have to go, and it is very tiring job.
So you teach in English language, or I think so. Which language are spoken in Australia? Which language is spoken in Australia?
English language. Yeah, I just said that my job is very tiring, but it is rewarding as well because I'm a teacher. Yeah, I love spending my time with kids, and yes, so it is good actually rather than just staying home and just stuck what you are doing, sleeping, eating, watching TV, reels, and all other things. Better I go there, and when I go there, I get chance to interact with my peers. I get chance to interact my childrens, my students, and yes, I also need to make sure that I keep my knowledge up to date as well because here rules are really strict, so I have to follow them, follow those rules. So yes, I'm working on that. So it is good to keep ourselves busy. Yeah.
Okay, so when do you come to India, ma'am? Do you come to India?
Yes, every 2 3 years, try to come.
Okay. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Okay, ma'am. So I have to take my breakfast because I didn't take my breakfast. I was waiting for you to
Oh,
have conversation. Yeah.
thank you so
Okay.
much.
So yeah, it was night conversation, and in future I would like to have conversation again, ma'am. If you are interested.
Yes, why not? Whenever we get time in future, we will try to connect again, and maybe we brainstorm some more ideas then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Same here. Bye bye. Take care.
Bye
Have a nice.
bye.
Bye bye.